people develop minor skin imperfections through the years that you just feel like you have to live with until maybe you've got some photographs that people are looking at. They're pointing out that you have a bigger problem than you think. We're here at Carlson Laser Aesthetics with Nisha McKenzie today to talk about really a pretty common people that men and women both can develop.
Yeah, Dave here has a disorder called rosacea. Rosacea can cause a lot of different things. For Dave, it's caused broken capillaries on his skin that friends and family have noticed and sent him in for. Sometimes it'll cause actually acne and different types of spots, but a lot of times it just causes the broken capillaries.
And this is actually pretty common. You see a lot of people walking around with like those super red cheeks.
Yeah, and a lot of times it just causes the red cheeks, or sometimes you can actually see the veins that are causing the redness. Sometimes the veins are so fine you can't see them, but it tends to get worse if you drink alcohol or exercise. It's just a genetic type of disorder. The veins can be caused by a lot of different things actually, either genetics or sun damage or the rosacea, but in the last few years there's been some new treatments for rosacea, and one of them is a laser.
And that's what you do here at Carlson, is you use the laser, because what exactly is causing the redness?
It's the broken capillaries, the veins in his cheeks that cause that. So we can target that blood or the redness in his vein and coagulate that blood and make the vein go away, and then it takes away the redness.
All right, can you show us how to do it? We put on these goggles because this is a super concentrated light beam, right?
It is. It's a laser, so we're going to protect our eyes, and we protect the patient's eyes with some titanium goggles.
Now, do you have to use an anesthesia at all for him?
We don't. We use a cold gel, and then our laser has a cooling tip on it that helps to cool the epidermis, or the outer layer of skin, to help protect him and help it feel a little bit better. So we'll ask him how it feels during it here. Usually they don't feel too much, maybe a little pinprick.
And this is just an in-office procedure.
It is. He's going to go home. He's actually going to go back to work after this. And he might be a little bit swollen, a little bit red. And there's a potential for bruising, although when the veins are this little, the potential is pretty low. So I just cool over the vein for a couple of seconds. And then we come. And the laser is like an eraser. You can just see the vein kind of disappear.
It's really amazing. You can see it disappear, literally.
You can.
How's it feel, Dave?
It's just a little poke.
Like a little poke?
Not too bad?
No.
And just using that cooling gel on the surface of the skin is enough.
And then again, the tip of the laser, the head of the laser here is very cold. So
now, how long would a treatment like this take?
About 15 minutes.
And for a case like Dave's, he said he's had it for about 5 years. How many times would he have to be treated to see kind of a complete
I'm guessing Dave is probably going to need 2, maybe 3 treatments.
Okay. And after this, then he'll go back to having just normal pigment in his skin?
He will, and some people with rosacea over the years will redevelop some more redness, and within a couple of years he might need to come in for another treatment.
And this is also used for other parts of the body?
It is. We can use it on the legs for spider veins. It depends on the problem that you have, but lasers could be used anywhere in the body, and all we have to do is adjust the wavelength to the appropriate target. So whether it's trying to treat something brown, something red, whether we're trying to target water in the cells, we can target anything we want with a laser by just adjusting the wavelength.
How many years have you actually been using this sort of technology for these kind of cases of rosacea in the face?
A little under 5 years.
Okay, so it's a relatively new use of this technology?
Yeah, these people used to have to live with this, and they don't anymore.
That's great. Well, Dave, you're going to look like a Hollywood pinup guy when you're done here, right?
If you say so.
That's the idea. So if you're interested in getting some of your minor skin imperfections taken care of, consider a call to Carlson Laser Aesthetics. It's an easy, in-office procedure that can make a huge difference over the course of your lifetime. You know, and it's so interesting because our model there, he actually he'd kind of noticed that he had rosy cheeks through the years, but didn't really think it was a problem till his daughter, who's a doctor, got married, and when they were looking at the wedding photos afterwards, she said, "Dad, I'm going to spend a fortune retouching these. We got to get those cheeks taken care of." So she called the folks at Carlson.
He said he was naturally glowing, and she's like, "Well, maybe there's a problem there."
And it is really amazing how pain-free. You know, they use a cold compress. There's a cold tip on the end of the laser, and very minimal bruising. He was going back to work the same day. Typical patient like this would need 2 to 3 treatments, and they're actually having a special the month of April. referral for any of the laser services. You buy one session, you get one free.
Well, that's nice. You know, for him, obviously, it didn't really, you know, make him feel self-conscious, but for a lot of people, it does.
And a lot
to the point of
a lot of women, especially, absolutely. And so, Carlson, if you're interested, they are located on the East Beltline, very easy to find, and you can always link to them through CarlsonLaserAesthetics.com.
They do a fantastic job.
Yeah,
there.
Nisha, they answer all of your questions
and Dr. Carlson.
Make you feel really good.
All right, Terri.